Welcome back, Divine Feminine. We're here to cover this week into the end of the month of what I see coming through for you. Now, as the title says, breaking a cycle or running. And this is a big question because I do see two things coming through here. Number one is masculine really did have the eternal dance energy. And I thought it was quite interesting. It was something to the context of that. So do make sure to go and have a look at their reading because it can give you some context of where you are feeling some energies. Now, with your life moving forward, look, honestly, for some of you, it can be that you're wanting to get out of a rut. It can be that you're looking at your path and saying, this has been going on for gospelly God knows how long. How are we going to get out of this cycle? This can be with family. This can be with your emotions. This can be with your shadow work, a circumstance that you feel you're trying to really break that glass ceiling and or your twin flame path. But it is a cycle that you have felt you've been on this never-ending story, and not necessarily in a positive way. So there does feel almost like you're putting your hands up in the air and saying, look, do I have power over this or don't I? And I think the big challenge, especially in 2025 with the North Node in Pisces, is that we're learning to go into that love space. We're learning to be creative, be playful, have faith, understand other people's processes and psychology. However, in our dream state, when we're trying to make these decisions, these pressure points are coming up. It is very natural for you to feel, oh my gosh, am I ever going to break that glass ceiling for whatever reason that is? Now, this could be due to a lack of communication or communication that came in. It could have been some gossip coming through the grapevine. But you're wanting to have peace with things. Maybe all you really wanted was closure. That also can be something that you can be saying to yourself. But when we get to the heart of it, we have this dove and it's in reverse. It's in the reversal. And it's to do with liberation. It's like, where's your sanctuary? Where's your peace? Where is this peace treaty that is coming from? Breaking free from the negative attachments. And so, yeah, you can be criticizing yourself like, oh my gosh, am I going back down a memory lane? If I ended up with this person, is it going to end up the same? If I try this path, is it going to be the same? If I try that career path, is it going to be the same? And there's not a lot of clarity. And I do think this is going to shift. I really do. However, it would be perfectly natural for you to be having these questions as we're moving through some arduous retrogrades. And some direct motion. So this intensity. This is a week where we may need to keep hydrated. Agitation could be possible. We have Uranus going direct. So sudden changes, heart chakra activation, wanting to know where we're going, feeling anxious. Great time to meditate, great time to be present. Again, heart chakra activation, feeling safe, nurtured. Am I understood? Looking after my body, caring and nurturing. Very similar messages that came up last week. Reconnecting to your true nature. Especially if you're feeling somehow you can fake it till you make it. We can only ever be ourselves. So if something's really not resonating and, we're trying to find this magic source to do something, it's very natural. It will come naturally within you. Actually, give yourself credit for how far you've come. Give yourself credit for the hard work that you have done on yourself. And that doesn't mean you're not going to have success. Because I do feel it's these seeds that you're planting now of intention with detachment. That's extremely important at this point in time. You are very, when we get the fertility card, it's almost like your thoughts are being fertilized. So it's not that you can't have a moment to feel negative. It's just do also in the same polarity understand how powerful you are. That's all I would say. Because they're also saying that self-awareness that we can go down into can also equally be visible of how powerful we also are. And I feel that Divine Feminine here, you are planting new seeds. Whatever the psychological process is that you're directly going through, whatever you're looking to the past about and you're saying, hey, I just need a sign from the universe. I just need to know what way I'm going. Universe is going to bring those things to you. This is a time of deep reflection. Even if you don't feel you're not directly on your path at this point in time, it doesn't mean you're not. It means you are on the sidelines of ready to move back into alignment of your sacred path. And even if you're prioritizing something that you need to do for yourself, it doesn't mean you're leaving your spiritual path. It means you're self-focused, and that's okay too. And that's part of the ascension process. So don't freak out if suddenly you feel, hey, I have this passion, I have this inspiration, I want to go and do this. Because that is part of being in alignment, and it can attract like-minded energies. This person, even though you may be feeling, am I on the right path? Am I with the right person? For some of you, it could be that there's two paths offered here, and you're really searching with your heart space. And, Mars retrograde is not the best time to connect with new people. So if that was something you were really spiritually putting pressure on yourself, the best advice I could give you is just pause on that for a bit, because what we don't want to do is recreate dramas and lessons we've already learnt. If it is that there are people from the past coming back, or we're merely reflecting upon it and we're doing some shadow work on it and assessing what our passion is and isn't, it's going to make more sense at the end of February. And then we can proceed forward with a lot more vitality. The search is going to bring you clarity, but you're only really going to find it in your heart. You aren't lost. You're shedding the old version of yourself. So it's funny because it's almost like a big question mark over the lost card. It's like, am I lost? Do I know where the hell I'm going? I mean, you're looking at the sun. It's like an existential crisis of identity. This was really coming up, I would say, around December 2023, where a lot of us weren't resonating with particular things. And so, when you're moving into that, and you're apprehensive, you're excited initially. And then you're saying, I know what I want. And then you're like, yeah, but where's the old me gone? Why am I feeling this way? Is this positive? Is it going to get me in trouble if I go into, actually investigating this circumstance? And it's about the fact that we're gradually, we're almost in a simulation being tested where passion and drive is, because Mars is retrograde. As it goes direct, our viewpoint and value systems to do with our identity, to do with how we feel nurtured, how we care for ourselves, what our baselines are, what our healthy boundaries are, they're all going to be evolved and rebirthed. You are being rebirthed. Be okay at the moment to give yourself some space to grow. You could be having some growing pains, but ultimately I feel the new version of you and what you're going to attract into your life is going to be extremely positive. If you are asked a question and you don't know, don't answer right away. Give yourself some time. It's okay, especially if you are communicating with your twin. If you don't have an answer right away, just express you need some time. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Don't forget to look at the masculine and the karmic third party energy. Otherwise, I will see you very soon.